Hey, good morning. It's Coach Gardner coming at you again, all you cool cats and kitties out there in learning, distance learning land. Since you can't come to the education, the education's coming to you. What we're going to do today is we're going to go all the way back to our first week and we're going to review some things. And there's absolutely no assignment for you to turn in this week. Since this week is supposed to be our spring break week, we're going to take advantage of that. And all you have to do is watch this video. There will be no written assignment to turn in. A lot of you had a little trouble with the assignments last week. We're going to try to simplify that a little bit for you. And this week, we're going to give you some time off. Next week, I'll post a video probably Wednesday, and we'll determine if we're going to have any type of assignment from that point on for that week, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What we're going to talk about today is some of the things we started off with the year with. And it's we're going to go all the way back to prehistory and things like that. Now, mankind only learned to write around 5,000 years ago. So before that time, there was no real recorded record of history, unless it was passed down by word of mouth, and that's considered to be oral history. The problem with oral history, it's a little bit inconsistent, and it's only as good as the person telling the story. All right. Once things begin to get written down, there's going to have to be some changes in society in general before that can happen. That is the period we consider to be recorded history. Humans and their ancestors lived for hundreds of thousands of years before anything is ever written down. And the simple reason for that is because the way people had to live during that time period. This time period, before history was written down, is called prehistory. Now, here's some things that's going to absolutely blow your mind. People who study history, they're called historians. Historians study, write, and teach about the past. They learn from things called artifacts, and artifacts are anything that is man-made and left behind by a previous generation. Could be coins, could be pottery, could be cloth, could be structures, anything. This gives a slight insight into what happened in the past. Anthropologists are people who study societies, and societies are useful in the idea that we can determine how groups of people come together, why they come together, what's created out of that effort of those people. And some study how people live today, some study how people lived in the past. Anthropologists study culture, which is things like your beliefs, your values, your principles, and all those other kinds of things. Archaeologists, they're kind of like an anthropologist. They too are going to study the culture of societies and people, and what they're going to do is observe the subjects and interview them. Since they can't do that, what they're going to do is they're going to look at the artifacts left behind by previous people, and you can tell a lot from the things they left behind, from things like tools, the structures, religious artifacts, things like that. Now, one of the processes that we use, a scientific process, is called carbon dating. And radiocarbon dating, it's a process that scientists use to try to figure out how old organic material is. And anything that's been alive, carbon dating can be used on. And it depends. The way it works is it's a scientific thing that measures the breakdown of carbon in objects, and it can give you a rough idea of how old objects are. Human beings, as we know them today, they are the product of millions of years of adaptations over their survival. Uh, Technical name is, of course, Homo sapiens, and we're first going to emerge on the continent of Africa sometime between 100,000 and 400,000 years ago. It's a pretty big window, but that's really the best we can do at this time. Hominids, humans, or Homo sapiens, are from a class of animals called hominids, and they're creatures that walk upright and on 2 feet. Uh, this used to be there used to be many different kinds of hominids, but now humans are the only ones that theoretically remain. First hominid, or first animal to walk upright on 2 feet, is called Australopithecus. All right. Uh, Around 2 million years ago, uh, Homo habilis, which means handyman, is going to make an appearance, and they're going to use basic tools for scraping, chopping, other types of labor saving activities. and they're going to be from the eastern portion of Africa. Homo erectus is going to be the next. They're going to live about 1.6 million years ago. They're the ones that are able to walk fully upright and make use of fire. Now, once fire comes into the picture, this is a game changer. It changes the way people live. They're going to have tools that are going to advance from the most basic of stone tools, and you can find Homo erectus in places like Africa, Asia, and Europe. The Neanderthal, which is what a lot of people think of when they start talking about cave people and so forth. It's going to be first discovered in Germany along the Neander River, and they're going to be around from about 100,000 to 30,000 years ago. It's from an area that we consider to be Turkey today. Lived in colder climates, and they're going to adapt with different types of ways to find shelter, different types of animals to pursue and eat. They're going to be larger, more muscular, stronger than the people that came before them. They're actually going to be the first group that's going to consider to be having a religion because they bury their dead. They're going to vanish from existence or from the playing field there around 30,000 years ago. And Homo sapiens are going to emerge in East Africa around 100,000 to 400,000 years ago. They're the ones that are going to be responsible for cave paintings, and cave paintings are a way to communicate different things. Since there's no written language, cave paintings are going to prove useful in leaving records for future generations from past generations rather. Cro-Magnons is the early form of Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens are what we consider ourselves today. They're going to live alongside the Neanderthals, but the Neanderthals are going to vanish around 30,000 years ago. We are the only remaining hominids on Earth. All right. Now look, that was short, sweet, and painless. And like I said before, this is all simply review. And to this week, there will be absolutely no written assignment to be turned in, so don't worry about that. Just need to stay home, stay safe, do your part to make sure that this ends as quickly as possible. And remember that it's all about the you, everybody. See you next time.